Hey everybody, Mike Steele with Barbecue Champs Academy. We are so excited for tonight's show. We got a couple grand champion winners from this past weekend. Mr. Cody Malin had a big GC over in Gilmer, Texas. Always enjoy cooking with Cody. He is the president of the Outlaw Barbecue Association. And also Amy Wilson and Tracee DeLeon with Crooked Crown Cookers. They got their first grand champion this weekend, and we were super excited to reach out to them. And they said, yes, we would love to be on your show tonight. So we are really excited to bring those ladies on to be able to talk about their experience of getting out and doing competition barbecue. They haven't been at it but just a couple years, and they have had a lot of fun doing it. They were telling me a little bit about their story just a minute ago, and we can't wait to hear what they have to say. So we got a great show lined up for you tonight. Hopefully we'll have some questions and answered for everyone. So if you have any of those you'd like to know, certainly feel free to drop them in the chat, and we will put them up. Also, as we always do, let's see where everybody's from tonight. I know where this guy's from. Gordon, thank you for being with us. I don't know how you always manage to be the first one that pops up in the comment. It must be just like as soon as we go live, you're hitting it. So anyway, brother, we appreciate you being here, and thank you so much. The only thing I'm going to tell you to do is smile. You know, every time we see Gordon in a picture, he does not smile, but we always have fun with him, and we're always picking on him, but we really love him. And thank you so much, Gordon. You got a lovely family, and I saw you was cooking up some stuff on the flat top the other day that looked great. Alan Jackson, thank you, brother, for being here all the way from Nebraska. Darian, thank you for joining us tonight. Miss Brenda, there we go. Nasir, look at the difference in that what do you call it? Face, the little picture there. The profile picture. Always a pretty smile. Great to have you with us tonight, Brenda. I'm trying to get Gordon to smile. We really are working on him. Dan, appreciate you being here all the way from Houston, Texas. We got Southern Illinois in the house with Mr. Jimmy Ellis. Thank you, sir, for joining us tonight. Stephen is joining us tonight. Crackling Coals Barbecue from Houston, Texas. Thank you, Stephen, for joining us. Emlyn, thank you for joining us from Marietta, is that Marietta, Ohio? I know it's in Ohio, that's all I know. Chattanooga, Tennessee, John Thatcher, thank you, sir, for joining us. Yep, all the way down from Houston, Darren, appreciate it. Mark from Austin, Texas, thank you for joining us. Sarge, thank you for being here. Barbecue Champs Academy, Odessa, Texas in the house. Yeah, Gordon, we're always going to have fun and laughing at you, brother. Tom, thank you, from West Virginia. Man, we got them from coast to coast. Danny Titus, I know where Danny's from. He's from down South Louisiana. We'll be cooking with Danny this weekend in Monroe, Louisiana. If you're looking for a great competition, the BCA is got a competition first-time event up in Monroe, Louisiana, which is about 120 miles east of Shreveport, straight down I-20. I will be cooking over there. It's a real good friend of mine, Mr. Benji Lewis. Great cook in his own right, and he is the promoter of this. He used to have one over there several years ago, and looks like he is bringing competition barbecue back to Monroe. It's always a good time. So if you're looking for one to put on the books, it's coming up this weekend. I think he said it's going to be a $5,500 to $6,000 payout is what it's looking like. So it's got pretty good prize money for the first year event. So be sure to check it out. You can find out more at bca.org. bcabarbecue.org, I think is what it is, bcabarbecue.org. But check it out, and you can get all the details there. Mr. Steve Crumby, thank you for being with us, sir. And Joe, we appreciate you being with us tonight. Looks like we got about 23 folks on. Give everybody just a few more minutes. I hope everybody's week has been going good. We had a great time this past weekend. My wife and I celebrated our 22nd anniversary. And no, let's see, 23, 20, yeah, 23 minus 1, yeah, 22 years, 22-year anniversary. And we was over in Gilmer, Texas, and got there on Thursday afternoon, unhooked the trailer and took off and went to Dud's on the Lake. Great little place to go eat. And they found out it was our anniversary, rolled out the red carpet for us, brought us dessert and everything. It was a great time, a great little city right there on Main Streets where they have the competition. And I just love those small town vibes and barbecue competition. It kind of reminds me a lot of Minden, Louisiana, which is about 40 miles from Shreveport. They do the same thing. So a lot of fun. Cody had a pretty good outing. We'll let him talk a little bit about that here in a moment. Cassie, thank you for being here from Australia. Let's see, anyone chaperone this time? No, it's early year time. Getting ready for KCBS Cedar Park. Yes, Bill Purvis told me he was getting ready. He was going to go to Cedar Park this weekend. And I know that's going to be an absolute blast, big KCBS competition there. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We had another good weekend, a second place brisket, a second place rib again. That's back-to-back weekends, hitting second on both of those. Chicken was a 10th place chicken, and that was just enough to keep me out of the grand and the reserve spot. We ended up finishing 4th overall, and I will take it in a tough competition. So, Alan Jackson, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Who else we got? Fidel, thank you. How you doing, Mike? Here from Laredo, Texas. Doing good, brother. I hope everything's going well for you. Miss Caitlin Crane, how are you doing today? Happy Tuesday to you. And appreciate you being with us here tonight. Let's see. David, congratulations on the anniversary. Appreciate it. Love my wife dearly. We have a lot of fun getting out and doing these competitions. And she was like, so we're going to spend our anniversary barbecue. And I was like, what else are we going to do? Stay at home? So I'm taking you out for dinner. So, yeah, Wednesday there. That's for sure. It's Tuesday night here. It's Wednesday morning in Australia because Cody stole your spot. See there? Thank you very much. Cody, it wasn't me that said it. It's all I can tell you. So we'll leave it at that. So, yeah, you got me knocked out of my spot. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, we got folks steadily coming in. We got about 27 folks on here tonight. A little lighter crowd than we've had in the past. So we're not going to go too much longer. I want to do real quick a little housekeeping with some of our partners, as we always do. Really do want to thank these guys. You know, it takes a lot to run Barbecue Champs Academy. Keeping the website and things going and everything, it just takes a lot of money. And I could not be more happier to have great partners to help us keep things moving along and being able to support them and sending them business with all the rubs and stuff that we go through here at Barbecue Champs through our classes and recommending them to certain retailers and stuff. And Prairie Fresh, man, thank you once again for the awesome product. If you want to know more about Prairie Fresh ribs, you can go back about 5 or 6 months ago. I think it was probably 5 months ago. We had the marketing director of Prairie Fresh, David Owen, and he really went through all the details of what makes their ribs and pork butts so good. And it was a learning experience for me and Sterling. We both was on that night, and it was really amazing. Lone Star Barbecue Pro Shop, thank you, Mr. Brian Crawford, for all you do. Texas Select Seasoning. Wild Bill had a big weekend down at Alvin. I think he finished 4th overall out of 190 teams. He's working on some new rubs. I should be getting those in here in the next day or two, and hopefully we'll have them on the set for next week to talk a little bit about them and have him in here. Be sure to check them out. Gunnar Wilhelm Knives, one of the best knives on the market. Check them out. Unbelievable. And Dustin at the barbecue store. Mr. John Lindsay at All Queued Up. And Daigle's barbecue sauces and glazes, everything. They got a lot of stuff that hits our product. Let's just put it that way for turn-ins. So, and I know the barbecue store sells all of their products, and so does Brian Crawford at Lone Star. Well, look, we got 28 folks. I haven't seen any new comments coming around. So, let's get things started here. Get over here and turn all this stuff off. And let's bring in these lovely ladies right here. How are y'all doing? We've got Miss Amy and Tracee DeLeon, and they won. Well, let's go over here and let's see if I can find this first one. Would be that one. Crooked Crown Cookers. Say that 3 times fast. So, man, we're so glad to have y'all with us. Huge congratulations on your first grand champion this weekend. You know, I'm always following y'all. I'm always watching y'all. Y'all have always kind of been hitting pretty well. And then when y'all got the GC and y'all said that was your first one, we were really excited to be able to reach out to you and have you join us. So thank you, Amy. Thank you, Tracee, for being here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to get Cody in here, and then we want to kind of dive in a little bit about how the journey started for y'all, because it's always fascinating to hear how people got started into barbecue and what your story is. So next up, we have this big man right here, Mr. Cody Malin, Smoking Aces. Hit a big GC this weekend, as I just mentioned, in Gilmer, Texas. He is also the president of the Outlaw Barbecue Association. And we'll hear a little bit about Cody's journey here over the last year. He's had some tough times, and we'll hear a little bit about that, and also Outlaw. Cody, buddy, glad to have you with us tonight, man.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Appreciate it. Well, first of all, we're going to start with the ladies. Let us hear a little bit about Crooked Crown Cookers. Man, that's a tongue tire.
We couldn't have picked a tougher name.
It's good. Hey, it's part of it. You won't forget it. That's for sure. So, how did y'all get into barbecue? I mean, what was the driving factor here that we don't have a lot of ladies in barbecue. We got Erica Dotson, we got Carissa, we've got, Michelle, we've got Jackie. There's some other ones out there. I don't know all of them. There's several other ones, but you don't see a lot of ladies competing in the barbecue competitions. And I love it when y'all get out there and duke it out, because most of the guys are scared to death. So how'd y'all get started into this?
We tagged along with the family members how it very first started, and we got hooked. Okay. And she can take it from there.
We kind of noticed a lot of people cooking barrels and then stick burners. And, we quickly decided we were not going to be stick burner type of people, because that, I need a bathroom and a bed and AC for a camper. So we went based off of that, and said we can also manage drums a lot easier. So we saw those, we, started asking questions. We looked up ugly drum smokers, found a couple barrels off the side of the road, built them. A couple of weekends. We built them.
Wow.
And we painted them, and they were beautiful until we used them. And then they were not. They're ugly, but they cook. They are cooking machines. And so we did our first competition about a year and a half ago in Buffalo, and it was a IBCA cook. And, we told the judges, hey, we're just trying to figure this out. What advice do you really have? And they encouraged us to either get in the judging room or try to get a class. Right. And Adam Martinez was actually at that cook-off, and they said, you're not going to find better people. Get with Adam. Well, we had kind of met them before at other cook-offs, and we really followed Michelle. So we went to Adam because he was there. Michelle was, I think she had just gotten back from the Jack at that point. And so we actually took him a bottle of Jack Daniels to congratulate her for going to the Jack, because she's just a badass.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we asked for his, connect us with her, that we wanted to do a class with her. And so she reached out, and in December of 21, I guess that was, we took our first class.
We were her first class too. That was cool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we were her first class.
That's
so
pretty cool.
She came out to the house, and we did all the things, and Adam came out, hung out and hunted. Right. And, we cooked, did our thing. And there was a lot that we took away from that class, but more technique and learning texture on meat and cook time, and just really what they're looking for in competition barbecue. Because as you all know, when you started out, is very different from what you would buy at a restaurant or do at your home. So,
completely different.
Yeah, that was our big learning curve, because we were like, we don't even like this. This is gross. This is too sweet. This is, and it's like, she's like, it's not about you. It's not what you like.
That's right.
So once we kind of got past that hurdle, we really started, playing with things and understanding, okay, I think this is the flavor profile we really need to start messing with. And so slowly but surely we started, placing some things, or at least making final table. And we were happy with that.
Right.
And then when we went to the first big call we had was in Hempstead at Dustin's barbecue store. And it was for the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation.
Fantastic organization. It's amazing.
So we follow a lot of the cook-offs based on the cause, or, what they're raising funds for, because we like to chase a cause.
Right.
Now I'll probably chase trophies too. Right. But now I'm a little addicted now. But our first big call we had was there at the barbecue store, and it was a first place rib call. And it was that moment will forever be ingrained in my memory. It's just, just like this first GC, it's what was like, okay, we can do this. We can show that we can compete with the big dogs.
Right.
Because Bill Purvis was there, and Phil with LC and Robert Smith and Dustin, his wife, and Corbin and Adam and Michelle. I mean, there was just a lot of, cooks that we have looked up to in the time that we had been cooking, and, thinking we'll never be able
we really didn't
to compete
know
with them.
any of those
Right.
guys that day, but we got the first place rib call. They all came to us, so we met them real quick.
Yeah,
and they're good friends. They're wonderful people.
Who are these people? Who are these people? I see Steven pop up. Yeah, he told us one time, he was like, I love it when y'all wheel up. Y'all are the wrench throwers because you don't know what we're going to do.
Throw wrench. You just don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, we roll up, and Dustin Stanley has dubbed us as the ladies. So it's the ladies.
Right. The ladies. Yeah, the ladies are in the house. So have y'all done any CBAs?
We have, yeah.
Okay, because I guess
CBAs, we'll cook IBCAs. We did an outlaw a couple of weekends ago.
So what's
we're
your
not really married to any organization.
What's your walk-up song?
Pink, Get the Party Started.
Get the party started. That's perfect.
We love it.
We hope to get to hear it this weekend.
We're going to start off the Texas Chrome Series down in Victoria and go support those guys. And
that is
hopefully we'll get to hear it.
Awesome. That is so great. Oh, goodness. So y'all have only been cooking basically about a year and a half. About how many competitions? 20 or so?
25 to 30 maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Sadly, I didn't count. 25, 30 maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. That's pretty good. In the competition world right now, especially down in Houston, there is some serious competition down in that area. Yeah. A lot of big name cooks are in that area. And for y'all to roll out in 25, 30 cook-offs and get a GC, that's awesome.
I told you, I'm ready to retire. Go out on top.
Yeah, go out. Yeah, drop the mic. I'm done. We're good.
No.
Amy's like, nope, I got one. Now it's in my blood. I want several more of them. So.
He said that last weekend, and it was around Brian Fox. And he said, that's fine. I'll drop by and pick you up if you want to cook. And I was like, let's go. Let's go, because I'm in. I'm in.
Tracee, she's gonna leave you. She's like, I'm cooking. Deuces, I'm gone. You stay home. I'm gonna go cook. So Tracee's like, hey, we got our grand. Let's quit.
Yeah, let's do
it. Goodness, that is so awesome to be able to see y'all get out having fun doing that. I mean, barbecue is fun.
I'm having a blast.
The family, a part of it is just great, and I don't know. I think there's just some great people out there, and we
the people that's come into our life is amazing. Yeah. We haven't met anybody that's not willing to help or give a tip or tell us something else to do. That's what's amazing. We're all competing, but everybody's so helpful.
Right.
That's what's cool.
Yeah, it is. And it was great. I mean, when I seen it and y'all tagged us with Barbecue Champs, I know y'all have taken some classes. And I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh. And I saw that was your first grand champion. I was like, I am so excited. I immediately got the keyboard out and I was like, I could find Amy. I knew we were friends. And I was like, how would y'all like to be on our podcast? I mean, I love to hear success stories. We love to have, customers that we like to see them, that if they've never won or they're having struggles, and they get out and they walk. Man, we are so excited. Because to us, that's the whole, or to me, and and the cooks as well, all of our pit masters or state grill masters, we want to see y'all succeed. We get big joy in that, right? And
that's what we found, like with Robert Smith, and you could just walk up to him and ask him something, or he'll come over to our camp, or heck, we had a crappy brisket at Hempstead, and he said, hold on, Hempstead, I never say it right. And he runs and gets us a brisket. Cook that, do me proud. Hands us a brisket. And I'm like, you just,
like, what? You don't know us.
That's Robert.
I'll have to use that trick.
Yeah. Now Robert's going to have 50 people going, hey, Robert, can you come over here and check this out? Especially if it's at Hempstead, because his restaurant's right across the street.
That's what he did. He got in the golf cart and he comes back and he said, here, cook this. And I was doing me proud. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, who does that?
The pressure was unreal that day.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to screw this up. I just feel bad.
But him and Carissa, they're huge mentors. Adam and Michelle, Bill and his wife, Randall.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jamie Roby, awesome. They're just the best.
The friends, and like she said, just being able to, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? And they'll, they're real honest. And no, I don't think that's, I wouldn't go that route. I would, switch and do this or whatever. But just true mentors. And hey, come try this. and then they'll come try our food and try this, tweak this next time. And, I'd be darned if it doesn't work. So they're, like she said, just for them to be competitors, they're so helpful. Yeah. Everyone is.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I'm just having a good time. The bar and barbecue, we told you.
Yeah.
Drinks used to be all we'd win at. So
we'd go and enter, and know that hopefully we could at least place with a drink category.
Right. That is
we still enter them because that's where we started.
That's where you started. That's good. Yep. Mike loved the show. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Look at who we got. Anna Bryce. Hey, Anna, how are you doing? Glad you joined us tonight. And who else we got? Got Vincent on here. It is Barbecue Family, 100%.
100%.
All right, so here we go. Big congratulations, ladies. We are so proud of y'all. Yep, absolutely. All right, so I've got a question. I want to know who's the better cook.
Hard to say because we're
not answering that.
Yeah, come on now. I told you I was going to stir up some drama somewhere. I want to know who's the better cook.
I have the better palate, so I do all the tasting of everything.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I make the injections. She does it's really we do it together.
I will inject the meat, but she's making the injection. She's right. Her palate is way better. And it used to be because I was drinking all the time. So, that's trash if you're trying to drink and do barbecue. It doesn't really mix.
Won't work real good.
But so a lot of people are shocked by it, but we really do work well as a team, and we're, everything is 50-50. And the last few cook-offs, we really feel like we've found a real nice groove where it's like, it's not you always do this and I always do this, but this needs to be done and you're busy. I'm going to do it.
Right.
So it's, we're like a well-oiled machine at this point. We've got it down. So we can't quit.
Who cooks the chicken? Okay. Who cooks the ribs?
Me.
We both do, but it's her thing.
Okay. All right. And who cooks the brisket?
Both of us.
Both of you. Okay. So Amy, you're the chicken cooker, and then y'all kind of share the duties on the other stuff, on the ribs.
I really just season the chicken.
I make the injection.
Yeah.
So she don't know what's in the injection.
No. I clean the chicken, I season the chicken, I inject it, I do all that, and then I'm a timekeeper on it. But we really run it all together.
It pretty much sounds like to me, Amy, you're not going to be going to no cook-offs without her.
I am competitive. Do not challenge me.
But she's got all the recipes and the injections. You don't.
She does, but she also just wrote them down today.
I did. She made me write them down in case I really do retire off this.
No, you're not going to retire.
I'm not. I'm having too much fun meeting people like you and just having a ball.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. Well, congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.
Cody, I guess, everybody can't be as lucky as you to get a grand on your first competition you ever go to. So,
wow.
But we do want to congratulate you on your big weekend in Gilmer, Texas. And,
thank you.
And you had the big trophy. I was looking to get that 4-foot trophy, but I didn't get it. So anyway, man, congratulations. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on. If you don't mind, if you don't want to share all of it, but we know that you got pretty sick back in the fall, late winter. And how are you doing? How's things progressing? And give us kind of a little update on your health, because you had a lot of us praying for you, and I know it was kind of touch and go there on a couple times. So I know you coded on the table a couple times, and that was scaring the hell out of all of us. So
yeah, that was interesting time. So long story short, 17 years ago, I had a kidney transplant. That transplant started to fail it's been failing for a while, I guess. But in October, it got pretty serious, and I went into the hospital just because my body was retaining so much fluid, and I had almost 100 pounds of fluid on me. And so they removed over 50 liters of fluid through dialysis while I was in the hospital. And I was in the hospital basically all of October. And then I just, once I got out of the hospital, I do dialysis 3 days a week and waiting to get another kidney transplant and waiting to get back on the list. So I go back here in a couple months to the doctor to get back on the list. And hopefully, all goes well. And whether I get on the list or do living donor testing, it just depends on what comes first. So at least I get credit kind of time served while I've been on dialysis. So it's not like I'm missing out on that window of being on the list. But, they say it takes some people 2 years to get a kidney nowadays.
Right.
So hopefully, that'll change, because it is. I mean, it's a life altering deal to do dialysis. I'm not working right now. Obviously can't really travel or do much. So the competition this past weekend was the first time I've cooked since last year. Really the first time I've cooked since I got sick in October. But yeah, it was interesting. Like I said, I coded, and my wife was in the room when it happened, and I literally looked at her and I stretched, and I said, "Look, everything's going to be all right." And as soon as I said that, I went out. So the number of doctors I had in the room at that point was interesting, and it drives my wife nuts, because the head doctor of the hospital was in the room, and she was actually fixing to get off her shift, and she said, "You're the first patient today that coded on my shift." And I was at UT Southwestern, and she said, "What did it feel like?" And I said, "Is it weird to say it felt good when I came back to it?" And it was the most, I don't know how to describe the feeling. It was just such a weird feeling when I came back. But I'm still here, still cooking, and things are going. So hopefully things are getting better, and I definitely feel better, have a lot more energy. I'm still fat and ugly, but that'll change one day. So it's good though. Last weekend was a lot of fun. You and I kind of joked back and forth about last weekend, but one of the things is my wife was there cooking with me, and she normally doesn't get to come because of her work and everything on the weekends.
Right.
And so she was joking with me. She goes, "If you don't win this competition, you're done cooking for the year."
Oh, wow.
So yeah, when I hit that grand, it was kind of funny. Everybody was laughing that knew that she had told that to.
Right.
It's kind of funny. I said, "Well, I guess I got to cook, so I'll just leave the barbecue stuff in the trailer and get ready for another one next weekend or something." So.
Oh, goodness gracious, that is so funny right there. So, well, I know I've seen you, over the years, but man, you are really looking good. I don't know how much weight you've lost, but it's a substantial amount, and you looking great. And it looks like you definitely got a little more energy. I didn't notice you being huffing and puffing and tired like you used to kind of get. Extra weight on you will definitely hurt that. And we've got congratulations, Cody. Got some more folks pumping in here. God bless you, brother. Raz is just a great state guy. I love him dearly. And great job, Cody. See you soon. There we go. Richard, he was there. Y'all did a good job. Proud of y'all. Yeah, we're all happy for you. Yeah, man. I tell you what, we're all going to be praying for you that you get a kidney.
Thank you.
If you didn't know, he dropped his trailer off in my spot Thursday night, and kind of took my spot from 2 years.
So we got to tell everybody about what I call a misunderstanding. So Mike has a spot on the square that he likes to park. He's cooked past 2 years, 3 years?
2 years. The 2 years they had.
And I will say this year that spot happened to be the furthest from turn-in possible. And the way the wind was blowing, we got smoked out Friday night. I mean, there was so much smoke in my trailer, we could barely breathe. And at one point, I'm like, we need to move. But we got there. Mike and I talked. We chatted beforehand. And he said he's going to get there at a certain time. And I said, I'll probably be there around the same time. I happened to get there, 30 minutes early, probably?
Yeah, you got there 30 minutes before you were supposed to.
Yeah, before we were supposed to be there. And so I got there, and I waited. And the guy told me, he said, I may have to stage you in another lot until the city closes the street. And they said, no, go ahead and park. So I park right next to the curb and get set up. And I'm like, well, Mike can park next to me. He's going to leave early Saturday, so you can roll out. And that didn't happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen. I rolled out, but I didn't park next to him. And we were fine with it. We kind of pulled up, and I was like, well, Alan Freeman had parked where I was last year. And I just told Suzanne, I said, look, this is a good spot. We can back right in. We got concrete right here. And it was a good spot. We wasn't worried. And I was going to back up or pull up that hill and back up on the street and pull beside you. And I was like, man, I'll just back right here. I mean, I can see the curb. I can just back right into it. So it was all good. I was just giving you a hard time because I could.
Oh yeah. No, it was good. It was a great event. That Gilmer event, being on the downtown square.
I love it.
The promoter for that event, they're really trying to grow the town, and they're trying to build recognition of the town. So that's why they have this event. It's not, for a charity or anything. It's for the town and for the people, because you see so many small towns in Texas, the downtown areas, they're dying.
Right.
More and more people are moving to big cities or not visiting those small mom and pop shops. And I'll say, when we were there, we ate there Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night on the square, bought stuff from some of the local stores and everything. Yep. And that's what helps those guys.
Yeah.
They weren't able to add any money this year to that event, but they did do 100% payback. So it was pretty unique. They were a little worried going into the event of, how do we get more cookers here? It was 25 teams, but they want a 40, 50 team cook-off, and they have the room for it.
Oh yeah.
And they definitely have the venue. They have the right mind. So I think next year you're going to see that Liv Gilmer group. They're going to do more for the cooks, try to get the state proclamation and a few other items, so that they really start drawing in cooks from all around. And like I said, we had $62.50 paid out on this cook-off, which was great.
Yeah.
It was a higher entry fee, but at 100% payback, I was willing to take that risk.
Right.
And I think everybody that went was very happy with the payout structure of them paying 7 spots. It was pretty lucrative for everybody, and they felt good about it. Yeah,
absolutely. It really was. And I'm like you. I love getting there early on Thursday. Suzette and I always do, because our deal is especially in the small town, it don't matter, small town, big town. If it's big town, Suzette's going to go hit all the Rosses with Vivian Freeman. Vivian, I don't know if you're on here tonight. I know you're not, because you would have done chimed in. But Vivian and Suzette are going to go to Ross. They're going to go to, let me see. You think I would know all these, but I know Ross is one of them. Five Below, Marshalls. They're going to go to that. Marshalls, thank you very much. That's it. There you go. She is a Ross and Marshall and Five Below and all that. And so small town USA, we like these little small towns as well. One, it automatically saves me a little bit of money, because she's not going to go to those big stores. So she's going to go to the small little boutiques, and she'll go find something. And we love to get there early so we can go eat. I'm just like you, man. We ditched the trailer as soon as we got there, leveled it up, put the dog in the kennel. And 25 minutes, 30 minutes later, we was at Dubs on the Lake. And Anna, who was the first year promoter, that's her brother-in-law. And she's called him and said, Mike and Suzette are coming there for their anniversary. And he was like, well, how cool is that? So we ordered, man, he's got an unbelievable fried chicken and garlic homemade mashed potatoes, some of the best dang green beans that I've ever ate. I really don't care about them so much, but those were delicious. And we got everything done, and next thing you know, they bring us out a molten chocolate lava cake with happy anniversary on it. Aww. And we were completely surprised. Man, I really appreciate you coming here and spending your anniversary here. And it's like I told Suzette, I was like, yeah, we could go somewhere big here in town, this or that. But I said, man, to me, giving it back to those kind of people, good-hearted people, everybody in that town is super friendly. And we absolutely love getting there a day early where we can go and just, hang out and support the town, because they're shutting everything down for us.
Yeah.
And they, they put on a big concert that night and had a bunch of vendors out there. So that's the part that we love. Amy, do y'all kind of get out early and try to do that as well?
So I work, so a lot of times on Friday, I'm telecommuting from home so that we can leave just straight from here, because we're about 20 minutes from my work. I work at the university here in Huntsville at SAM. And so a lot of times we're doing good to make it there in time for the cooks meeting.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, unfortunately not.
Right.
We always do hit some type of restaurant up though the next, like leaving or the next night. We're big on, just like you, Mike, trying to support absolutely.
And the last thing we want is barbecue. So
we don't want barbecue.
The same thing. We're either going to Mexican or probably Mexican somewhere. Maybe we'll find an Italian restaurant, but probably going to be somewhere with Mexicans.
Probably Mexican.
Probably going to be Mexican. So, oh, goodness gracious. Well, look, if anybody's got any questions, drop them in the comments while I'm still asking questions. Cody, look, why don't you tell us real quick a little bit about Outlaw Barbecue? It's a year and 4 months old now. It looks like you've had a pretty successful first year with everything. Things seem to be going very smooth. A lot of cook-offs. So what's going on? What's some of the things we can expect? Is there? I know there's perhaps another board meeting coming up. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with Outlaw.
Yeah, so Outlaw had a great first year. Our first year we had almost 40 cooks, which that's great for any first year organization. We were also able to get all of our events sanctioned so that they qualified for the American Royal, they qualified for the Jack. I know Anna and East Texas Smokers, they hit their lucky number 7 at an Outlaw event, which was very cool.
Yeah,
it was cool to see that. I went there for that just to see it happen.
Yeah.
I didn't cook that event, but I got to go see it and to see, the excitement on everybody's face and to see her pacing back and forth and getting nervous during awards. I mean, it's the best entertainment out there. You can't buy better entertainment.
No, not with Anna.
Not with Anna.
No way.
So, that was really cool to see. And it was cool and really proud of the organization and everybody that worked hard on our board and folks that even weren't necessarily on the board, but that helped us get started. Like Miss Lynn Shivers, she did a lot to make sure that all that went through and we did everything and dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's so that they recognized us for that. Prairie Fresh is huge with their honor roll. That really helps a lot of cooks out there. And, to see Outlaw Barbecue, an organization that started essentially a year ago, to see them being recognized by those national brands and national organizations was huge. I don't have our member list, but I think we're over 200 paid members right now.
I remember Bill Purvis when he went to Denton. He was 250.
Yeah, he was 250 because he bought an additional spot, so the next guy got his free. It's kind of what we did. So Bill helped out there, and so our members are doing great. We do have a board meeting coming up, so here in the next few weeks we'll be meeting as a board to discuss topics such as our end of the year cook-off that we have for our members. Last year we paid out basically $20,000 in added money. Once again, that was, all the cooks buying the different merchandise we had, paying for memberships and sanctioning fees. We tried to give back as much as we could while still keeping a little bit of a bankroll for the organization to operate. And I thought the event went well, but we may look at, what we can do better or what we could change for that event to make sure those cooks are happy with everything. So, if there's any Outlaw members out there, we're open to feedback. We're open to suggestions, whether it's a rule change or what they want to see. We're open to feedback in that way. And then also, we'll have our first elections coming up this year in December. My job and a few others are going to be up for grabs. So if anybody out there wants those, feel free to nominate somebody or nominate yourself. But that's going on. I'm trying to think what else.
Kiss Your Sister. Tell them about the Kiss Your Sister.
So Kiss Your Sister is something unique. I always say cooks are gamblers. Cooks want to gamble. They're out there for a reason. And so what we did is we did Kiss Your Sister, and there's a program that we created with Kiss Your Sister. We pay basically one out of the money. So this past weekend, for example, they paid top 7, and we have 3 little tokens, if you will, that say, ribs, brisket, and chicken on it. We draw it from a hat at awards, and half of the entry fees of the Kiss Your Sister entry, which is $20. So half of that, $10 per entry, goes into the pot. And let's say at awards, we draw the ribs, then 8th place rib cooker, who would typically be one out of the money, is Kiss Your Sister. But in our organization, if they bought into Kiss Your Sister, they get half of the pot. So last weekend, for example, we collected $280. We had 14 people enter Kiss Your Sister, so it paid $140, and 8th place ribs got $140. However, 8th place ribs did not buy into Kiss Your Sister.
Right.
So it fell 2 spots further to a 10th place.
Right.
And so a 10th place, I believe it's 10th, 9th or 10th place.
It was 10th or 11th, I think.
Got that money, which was, pretty cool because, it's always good to see locals walk away with money and new cooks walk away with money because that grows the sport. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, that guy, when he found out he won the money, he was ecstatic. He was, I think that was the only money he walked away with that weekend, but, he was very happy. So Kiss Your Sister is great. Tell them where the other half of the money is going. So the other half of the money is what goes back to our end of the year cook. Outlaw is a registered 501c3. So, we're not here to make any profit, or none of our board members are paid. I'll tell you, after being a board member for multiple organizations, it's hard work. It should be paid, in my opinion, but it's not.
Right.
So, half that money we collect goes back to the cooks at the end of the year. And that's where we got that $20,000 from. Part of the 20,000. One great thing about Outlaw is we allow high school kids to cook in our organization. So high school barbecue is growing, and that's what's going to grow our sport. We see a lot of folks retire. I mean, y'all got one grand champion, and you're ready to retire now.
No,
Amy's
not going to let. Amy's not going to. No, negative.
No. But I have the controlling vote.
It's good because
I missed something.
You see those high school kids getting excited, and it really brings excitement to the awards because like they said earlier, when Michelle and them found out they won a grand champion, to hear it, so many people just elated with enthusiasm for them for winning a grand. It's even wilder when a high school kid walks up there and gets an award at an adult competition. So many people are offering advice. So many people are willing to help. It's really good, and I think that's going to grow our sport of barbecue. So we allow those high school teams, and like we've had I think it was Sanger High School competed in Wichita Falls, and they won, and they were a top 10 team, and those kids got to get their picture taken and everything, and they were just so excited with that.
I'll put it like this. Now, I was in Denton. Did you cook Denton?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to Denton. I'm wanting the grand champion, right? So I can get so I can get my buckle, and I can get the automatic entry to go to Austin Rodeo, and I got reserve. And Cody Alabar and his high school team got grand champion. Yeah. And they got to go.
Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. I mean, all the kids was up there. Cody wasn't even at awards, I don't think. I mean, it was just the kids. Cody had to go somewhere, do something. Mm-hmm. And the kids went up there. And I mean, I was like, man, that is, it's awesome that, you see these kids get up there, and Cody's a great cook. Not Cody. Cody's a great cook.
The other Cody.
Cody's a great cook. So he's just an awesome cook as well. And he's kind of put those guys under his wing. And, man, I tell you what, it's really cool to see, those high schoolers just, it was a stacked field. I was there. Purvis was there. Aaron Leslie was there. Justin West was there. I mean, it was 33 or 34 teams. And, I mean, it was one stacked freaking house of amazing cookers.
Yeah.
And Anna Bryce and Scotty was there. I mean, it was a full deal, and they won that deal. So
but it's really growing because, like in Rockwall, for example, I've been helping their team the past couple of years, and the first year they went down to their high school state, which I believe they had 200 teams. And those kids, they hit that first place brisket there, and second place brisket was Jack Cashman, who's another great North Texas cook, and
right.
And he wasn't able to make it there. And so I texted him and I was like, hey, man, congratulations. Your team just hit second place brisket. And then they announced first place, and it's my Rockwall team. And I said, sorry, but my Rockwall boys beat you. Wow. But, Rockwall's to the point now where they have like 4 teams.
Right.
And they're competing in multiple organizations. And those kids are really enjoying it. And it's starting to get kind of that notoriety of like a small town football team. And, where those kids are now competing, and they're almost having tryouts for high school barbecue teams, which is awesome to see.
That's amazing.
It's really cool. I've personally seen all the North Texas cooks kind of reach out to local high school teams and say, hey, how can I help you? What can I do to guide you in the right direction? Because their coaches typically are teachers at their high school.
Right.
And so they don't necessarily have all the, competition barbecue style, but they have some of the technique that they need. So when you can kind of guide them in the right direction, they're really receptive to it. And when you see that light bulb click for those kids, there's nothing more rewarding. And that's why I've told people, that's why I kind of step back personally from competing as much, because I like helping those kids and going with them kind of just as a mentor, just to see what they do. Right. It's really rewarding to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
But yeah, we do have a couple cooks coming up, like I said, state championships with Outlaw. We had the Gilmer cook last weekend. We have the one in Burnett coming up this weekend, Laguna Park, Henrietta. So we're spreading. I know a lot of cooks want us to come further south and further south. Right. The one thing I say to that is we just need judges. Yeah. It's not always economical for a cook-off to pay for one of our judges to come from North Texas all the way down to South Texas in the Houston area. So, if there's ever anybody that's interested in becoming an outlaw judge and a representative, reach out to myself or Laura Blunt or any board member, and we'll get you set up and start training and everything so we can have more and more cooks all over the state.
Yeah. Y'all done a great job with it. I will say that. I love your scoring system. It's not just a first place brisket wins it no more if there's only one walk. All your walks matter, and you get points for that, and I think that's really cool. So
yeah, it keeps awards at suspense too, because unless you're calculating like last weekend, it wasn't cut and dry on who won. Right. There's so many people. I had a second place chicken, first place rib, and seventh brisket, and you were right there as well with the few, and people were wondering, who's right. where. Right. Because no one could know, and you go to a lot of competitions, you're like, oh, that guy won it right there. We know it. Right. So I like how it adds a little bit more suspense at the award ceremony too.
100%. 100%. Oh, goodness. Well, all right, ladies. What's on the agenda for this year? You got your first grand champion. You've already got it out. You've got 4 or 5 more lined up for the rest of the year. I'm sure you're working on that. What's y'all's plan for the rest of the year? Y'all got certain cook-offs that you're going to. How many cook-offs you think you're going to do between now and the end of the year?
We're trying to hit a couple a month is what we're really shooting for.
2 a month. Okay.
We are going to try to do as much of the Chrome series as we can.
Okay.
We also have kind of been shocked at where we rank in IBCA, so we're looking at maybe we need to follow that. But we really just cook what's close,
right.
Cook for the cause, and
we have a good time.
We just cook.
That's it.
We just cook.
A good time. That's it.
Having a good time. We meet somebody new at every cook-off we go to, and that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it really is so awesome. I'm so happy for y'all. I mean, I just love it. So
thank you.
I really am. I saw that. I was just ecstatic. I was like, man, I even told Suzette, because Suzette remembered y'all. She said, we met them in Trinity. And I said, yes, we sure did. So she's like, and she wanted me to tell y'all congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's always great to see up and coming cookers, especially ladies, jumping in here and kicking the boys' butts, and it's awesome. It really is. And congratulations on what y'all have done. So
thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate
for what y'all do with your classes and stuff.
Well, I appreciate it. I thank y'all for the support.
It's awesome.
I thank
and
y'all
the pit masters that do it, amazing.
Yeah, we got some good guys. We really do. And we appreciate the shout outs y'all give us. We're working on getting some shirts, and I had some shirts made here with the Barbecue Champs logo on it. So
cool.
We're looking at perhaps doing some stuff with that as well. So I'll let y'all know in the near future.
Awesome.
And we'll make some announcements on the show about it as well. Well, look, we're getting close to wrapping up. Do y'all have anything? Obviously, I'm going to give y'all a chance to thank your sponsors, but do you have any other thing that I've missed that you'd like to talk about or say?
I just want to say it was nice meeting you, Cody, and good luck. I'll add you in our prayers, and I'm sure we'll see you somewhere on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Do y'all have any other barbecue story that inquiring minds need to know about?
It probably would have to be filtered. We'd probably get kicked off. When you get around some of them, Robert Smith and Adam,
gosh, yes.
Yes.
That's,
I said, a good time. Yeah, good people.
Having a good time. Laura Blunt just put having a good time is what it's all about. That's exactly right. Yeah. Well, do y'all got some sponsors y'all want to thank?
We don't. So if anybody wants to sponsor us,
there we go.
No,
there's so many good products out there. We're just happy to be able to give them a shout out when we do good. I mean, it's
okay. All right. Well, we certainly do appreciate y'all being on, and thank y'all so much, and keep us updated. I'm always following, and I'm always watching. So
I hope we can see you and your wife somewhere.
Yeah. Jennifer just posted, y'all are the best. I agree with you. So, all right, Cody, you're up, brother. Anybody you want to thank, your partners, your sponsors or anything like that?
Really just thank Big Phil Smokers. They've been kind of with me for a long time, and Phil's helped me out over the years. And I'm not on Team Royal Oak anymore. I did not apply this year because I knew with my health I couldn't compete. But still want to thank Team Royal Oak. You know, they did a lot for us, and I'm still using that sponsored charcoal, and it obviously is still working and burning great. So thanks to those guys. Also Prairie Fresh. You know, thanks to Prairie Fresh, not only for everything they do for the barbecue world. They've really stepped up over the years, but obviously their product works. I mean, you know, it's exciting when you hit that first place rib and you can go on the honor roll, and it's even better when you can go on there and select that you hit a first place and a grand champion. So, you know, those prizes are pretty cool that they give away, really unique, and it's something that a lot of people are proud of. I remember, you know, when I first started, one of their competitors gave away chairs, and I'd see guys like Bill Purvis and everybody sitting in those chairs at cook-offs. I'm like, I'm going to get me one of those.
That's it.
And then when I got my first one, it said Prairie Fresh on it, and I was like, I got something different.
That's right.
You know, it's really cool. But once again, you know, if anybody ever has anything for Outlaw that they want to say or want a voice or anything, I'm an open book. Got an open door policy. Please reach out to me. You know, we'd love to talk. And if there's any sponsors that want to talk Outlaw, give me a call.
Absolutely. Well, man, we're going to keep you in our prayers, Cody.
Thank you.
Keep losing that weight. I know the doctor said you got to lose a little more weight to get the kidney, but keep doing what you're doing. If y'all don't know, Cody dropped his trailer off on Thursday, went out to eat. Friday morning at 5:30, he was doing dialysis for 5 hours. That takes a lot out of you. He goes and picks up his lovely wife and a friend, and then they come back to Gilmer to go cook. So keep him in your prayers.
Amazing.
He has to do 5 hours 3 times a week, 5 hours a day. That's tough on the body, and keep trying to lose the weight, brother. You know, get it down where you need to be, and let's pray that you get a kidney. So thanks for being on. Thank all of y'all for being on. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show tonight. I think it's been a really great show. I love hearing people's success stories. Gordon says, great show as always. Thank you, sir. Joe, Cody is the man. Yep. Love him. He's a good guy and does a lot for barbecue. And we really do appreciate everybody being with us tonight. We're getting ready to load up. Thursday morning, we'll be heading over to Monroe, Louisiana, once again for my dear friend Benji Lewis's cook-off. That's a BCA competition. He's bringing it back to Monroe. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go over there. We're dropping the trailer off. We're going to go find some good places to eat. And if I recall, he told me if you do show up on Thursday night, there's got a guy coming in that's one of the sponsors of the events cooking 400 pounds of crawfish. Ooh, so there you go. You want a reason? You want a reason to come? There you go. And this guy can throw down some crawfish. So anyway, I appreciate everybody taking a little bit of your time out on this evening to watch a crazy guy like myself talk to some lovely ladies and a really cool dude. We can't find anything better to do on a Tuesday night, so I hope this passes out the time. Y'all go out there, enjoy the rest of your week, and as we always close out our show, have a lot of fun and